Welcome back, viewers. Karnataka Bulldozers need 141 runs to get past Veer Marathi. We saw an excellent display of hitting towards the end of the innings, and we are ready for the Karnataka Bulldozer innings now. Very friendly camaraderie, as we can see. They play hard, but they are friends off the field. They're in the same profession.
Sudeep will take the first strike, and his right-hand batsman, and there's a slip deployed for him for the outside edge, and the non-striker accompanying him. First delivery to be bowled. There's a hint of movement. Definitely, there's a hint of movement. The ball is new and hard, and grass is still there, maintained well. Not too much of rolling has been done on this pitch. The grass has not been killed. 141 is what is required from 19.5 deliveries, beg your pardon.
Sudeep and Sudeep the striker, Rajeev the non-striker. It's a good length ball and played with a lot of respect. I think it's very important to see through of this new ball. There's a bit of grass on the wicket. There's bound to be seam movement. There is a slip. And just like we saw the Veer Marathi batsmen, they played it safe and then went into a launching pad. I think the Karnataka Bulldozers will have similar plans in their ranks.
Rice Lashkar is a bowler. And there's an outside edge, just falling short of the slip there, but the third man. It's never easier fielding out there, especially the ball falling short of a fielder.
Rajiva on strike, he's taking a leg stump guard. The two umpires for today's game, Sushant Pathak and Soman Singh, both from Bengal, both first-class umpires. At the striker's end is Mr. Pathak, Soman Singh at the square leg umpire. A very orthodox field. The two men outside the ring are third man and square leg. An excellent ball on the stumps. It's been a good start for the Veer Marathi with the ball.
Well, we saw the same thing happening when they came into bat. They struggled in a couple of overs, and once they got used to the pace of the pitch, the bounce, the movement, then they opened up. But a similar thing happening, opening up the batsman. There was a hint of a movement, taking the outside edge and going to the third man area. So they have the areas well covered.
And they are bowling to the plan. In sync with the skipper is the bowler. It's bowling the right areas. Even if it's a miss hit, it's going to where the fielders are on the boundary line. So a great start. And I think it'll be like this for the next 3-4 overs. Caution is the better part of valor. Loud appeal, but obviously long spray. And at the end of first over, it's 2 for no loss. The skipper of the Veer Marathi will be bowling the second over. Pretty orthodox field, third man on the line. There are only two fielders allowed outside the circle at this point of time. They are third man and square leg. Pretty orthodox. Rest of the men all saving the single.
Short one, really goes high. Tried to pull it, just could not connect it. Took him by surprise. The ball did pitch very short, not what is intended by Marathi, Veer Marathi's captain, but look at the bounce.
A massive swipe, but the batsman looks like he wanted to hit it up in the mountains, but didn't connect, thankfully. That's a better length, but the line deferred this time. Bent down leg, so it's a wide. So it is a cautious start. a nervous one. The new ball does have lacquer, does slip out of the hands, and it's not easy to bowl unless you're used to it.
And to be honest, very well taken behind the stump. It's never easy when the ball is down the leg side. This one coming in had no clue, absolutely no clue. Taken by surprise again. Rajeev had absolutely no idea what to do with a delivery like that. He was trying to make a room, but the ball was following him.
He was shaping to play that on the offside, and the ball jacked back. Did well to just glove it. He's on the radar now. A lot of yes, no's and shouting, but ultimately there's been no run. And the last two deliveries have been spot on.
I love the outfielders shouting, get him, get him. And that was the reason that brought some sort of hesitancy between the two batsmen. Another short delivery, just couldn't get it. Because it is so important to wait for the deliveries, get to know the pace of the pitch, the bounce, and then along that line you can decide which of the strokes you're going to be playing, which are going to fetch you runs.
Very true. And Rajendra, it's not easy to get the gaps in the first 6 overs because there's so many people in the circle. There are virtually no gaps, and sometimes hitting over the top is the best option.
This was a good delivery. Veer Marathi captain. He's normally a bowler who gets the ball into the right-hander. And Deshmukh knows if he keeps the ball around that offside area, off and middle, or a little outside the off stump, and the ball just comes into the right-hander, it's never easy to get away those deliveries. Oh, is it Mr. Letdown, or has he got him? He's got the first breakthrough. Big breakthrough coming in the second over. Last delivery of the second over, and Veer Marathi picking up the first wicket. LBW just straight on, ball nipping in and finding the batsman plumb in front of the pitch.
That's a ball, like Rajendra said, it did come in with, and it was pitched up. I think he was expecting it to be short, was on the back foot, and then missed it, and he looked dead duck. But I think they've gone for a referral, and this will be interesting.
Looks very close to me. There was hardly any foot movement, because unless and until the ball was missing the leg stump, it's going to be a different proposition. But umpire felt, yes, it was going to hit the leg and metal stump.
It did look very close when we saw it live, but often when you see it a second time and a third time and you slow things down, things can change. So we'll have to go with the umpire with his decision, but I'll be surprised if there's a change.
Well, they already put the third umpire under pressure.
Absolutely, and hopefully he's not listening to us.
Well, seems perfectly legitimate. Foot within the popping crease, that's perfectly fine. Now it needs to be seen, where was it pitching? Now this is pitching just outside the off stump. Where is the impact? Now hitting the front foot, front leg, but he's just glued to the popping crease. Now, if you look at the wicketkeeper did not move outside the leg stump. That could be a clue what we are looking at.
Like we said, I think the umpire was right. We went with it, and it's all good. A disappointment for the Karnataka Bulldozers. They've lost Sudeep. Rajeev, sorry, I beg your pardon. They've lost Rajeev. And it's end of the over. And after 2 overs, it's 3 for 1. Big wicket for Karnataka. They've lost Rajeev, who played 8 balls and scored a run. It's been a sedate start, much like the Veer Marathi, and they'll have to.